What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, 207 Nano Reefing. Well, it's official. Tomorrow is 1 year with the tank. So, I don't know if I'll be able to do a video tomorrow. So, I'm going to do the 1 year video today. So, March 13th of last year, I started this tank. I'm trying to get some. I found some old pictures online, and I think I have on Facebook and Instagram, and I have a few that I saved in my phone. Excuse me. So at the end, I'll try to put a little slideshow together of everything throughout the year. But man, what a year it's been! I tell ya, this tank's almost. This tank was. I wouldn't say it crashed, but it was on the verge of crashing. June of last year, let's see, we'll start at the beginning of the year. So March 13th, started the tank. Just to get the bacteria going in there, honestly, all I did was I went and bought one jumbo shrimp at Hannaford, shoved that motherfucker in there, let it swirl around and decay for about a week or two, and then took it out, threw it away. And that's how I started the tank. Started the pneumonia cycles and started cycling and shit like that. Then got the 2 clownfish in the dotty first. This was probably sometime in April. I don't remember. Could have been the end of March. I rushed a lot of things in the beginning. That's why my tank did so bad. I should have just sat back and waited. But, yeah, you live and learn. Then shortly after that, went to a frag swap and bought, I wouldn't say a shit ton of coral, but I bought some coral. Bought a Duncan, not that one, but a different one. I bought some Zoas. I bought those green apple pallies. I bought the blue tubs. I bought these not scrambled eggs, Fruit Loops. There's some Yodas mixed in here. You can't see them because the purple people eaters are kind of taking over. But I bought those. I'm trying to think of what else I had at the time. I had that psychedelic chalice at the time. That was one of the first pieces I bought. I bought this Lepto, this jack-o'-lantern Lepto at that time, at that frag swap last year. I think that was. Oh, and the candy cane in the back. My kryptonite candy. Not my kryptonite cane. The teal candy cane. Sorry, teal candy cane. Shortly after that, I stupidly bought a Monty frag pack. Should have never bought that Monty frag pack. Literally, the night I put it in, one of them was already like oozing, and it just wasn't doing good. Woke up in the morning and it was completely dead. Skeleton was out, completely white, bleached. It did not do well. Then I had I got 2 encrusting and 2 plating. The plates seemed to do a little better at the time. I had some decent polyp extension. I had some color to it at least, but shortly after, I mean, they didn't last more than a month probably. I honestly don't remember. It was. They didn't last long. And then May, I don't think I bought any. Everything was dying, so I kind of got down about the way things were going with the tank. I bought an anemone at the frag swap, a bubble tip anemone. Stupidest thing I ever did. Because when I put it in the tank, I didn't turn my flow off. I didn't know I had to turn my flow off. I thought my buddy was like, I mean, he didn't say this, but the way I interpreted it was just go ahead and put it in the tank and it will find where it wants to be. And, it'll be fine. Well, I put it in the tank, went downstairs real quick for something, and then I came back up. And it was stuck to my wave maker, and I went into full fucking panic mode. I did not turn the wave maker off. I had tweezers. I was trying to get it off, and I should have turned the flow off, thinking back at it now, you know what I mean? But that way I could get it off, but I didn't, and I was in panic mode. and I hit it just right, and it sucked itself into the wave maker and zoom, eaten, shredded right up, dead completely. And I think that's what made my tank almost crash. That I had a yeah, I think it's salinity or salt. My salt wasn't right for a while there. I had an algae reactor over here, and excuse me, it was leaking, and I couldn't figure out why my salt was dropping all the time. And it got hot up here in the summer last year, June, got real hot. They still had my heater on. All of a sudden, the temperature in the tank was like 85, almost 90 degrees. So that didn't do very well. Like I said, it was a bunch of little things that could have been prevented if I would have took my time and really learned about this hobby before I just jumped head into it. With that being said, I have a buddy at Main Reef who's extremely fucking knowledgeable. But the way I learn is I basically have to, I wouldn't say fuck it up, but I have to learn on my own, you know what I mean? Or I'm not gonna get it. So, and he knows that, you know what I mean? So, yeah, you live and you learn. But then I stopped doing water changes for a while. I just, like I said, I pretty much gave up on the fucking tank. And then, I don't know, sometime in August or July, I think it was August, late August or September, I snapped out of my funk and was like, what am I doing? Like, this is, I wouldn't say spend a lot of money because I went the cheapest way possible, but, this is a lot of money. You're dumping money into something, you want to see it grow, you want to see it thrive. So I snapped out of it, started religiously doing water changes every week, 2 gallons every week. And honestly, everything started coming around. The Dragon Soul Favia was just about dead. I mean, it had a very little maroon on it and like one green mouth or eye, whatever you want to call it, in the middle. And when I got it, I can't remember when I got it, but I got it sometime in the summertime or before summer. It came with four eyes or mouths, whatever you want to call them. And when the temperature swing hit and the salinity hit, it didn't do very well. I actually lost a couple pieces of coral with the temperature swing and the salinity. I lost 2 acans, a blasto, a couple zoas didn't make it. My old Duncan wasn't doing too hot in here, and it was finally coming around once I started doing water changes and shit like that. But my buddy wanted to trade. We made a trade. His was huge, and it was just too big for his tank. It was getting to be too big for his tank, and my tank's like double the size of his. So we just did a swap. He's got mine now, and it's thriving over there. It really is. And I've got that one. And I almost lost a jack-o'-lantern at the time because I had it up here on the SPS rock. Again, not doing my research and not doing homework about my coral. I'm thinking, oh, it's an LSP, so it's got to have light. Well, no, SPS needs the light and the flow. So it was up there for quite a while, and all of a sudden one day I come home and like not half of it, but a quarter of it was turning white. And I was like, that's kind of weird. Like, I wonder why. So I messaged my buddy, and he's like, yeah, it's bleaching. Go ahead and take it, unglue it from the rock, break it off the rock, and put it in the sand. So I did. I put it over here. I actually put it underneath this rock, so it had no light whatsoever, just so it could recover. And then I had it where the candy cane was for a little while, and I didn't like it over there. So I put it over here, and it loves over here. It's been thriving ever since I put it over there. Trying to think of what else. So shortly after, I guess we're in September now. Everything started coming around. September to November, I really started seeing change in the tank. And I can't remember what my first stick was. Even I don't know if the Setosa is a stick or not. but that was my first like advanced piece of coral, I guess you could say. Um, yeah, I don't think it's a stick. I don't know. I know I know it encrusts. I don't know if it's a stick. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. um, but just kept doing water changes, man. Kept trying to learn more, and a little bit before, I would say after Thanksgiving, so end of November time. I I really wanted some sticks, and I told my buddy that, and he's like, "Well, we need to test your water. You know, we're not gonna put something in there and die, and then it dies. You know what I mean? That's and thank God he said that because I was ready to pull the trigger on some sticks. So I bought the where is it? I bought this, the API Master Reef Kit. Actually, I didn't buy it. I borrowed his to do the test, the original tests, and then I bought my own after. So did that. Everything came back decent, so he gave me the go ahead. You know, we'll get some little sticks. We'll get some easy sticks. Got the Slimer, the Forest Fire Digi, and then shortly after got the Garth. Oh, the Apostle Pour came with the Slimer. I bought that at the same time. And I had bought some mushrooms, Easy Coral, in between September and October, November. I bought the Sunskirt Bounce, and I do have a Deadpool mushroom in here. It was in too high of a flow area, so it let go of the rock it was on, and it's actually down in front of the green A can. I wish I could get it out, but I can't. I'm hoping one day it'll come out because that Deadpool mushroom was beautiful. I really liked it. And if it doesn't, you know, maybe I'll just get another one, or maybe I'll get a different mushroom. But I wanted a colorful mushroom. But I got some jawbreakers in there now. I got some Rhodactis, Florida Rhodactis. Trying to think of what else. Had an algae bloom from November to January, well, till now. I still got a little bit of a bloom. The urchin is definitely taking care of it, and with me removing it, it's definitely getting under control. But I was never too worried about the algae. Honestly, the way I've been explained to it, algae's gonna happen, and it's, you know, it's just one of those things that's gonna happen. And if you've got algae in it, that means something's growing. I guess you could put it that way. I did have an Aptasia outbreak at one point, pretty bad. Got some nudes, I call them, little dragons. They took care of it. I have seen 2 or 3 pieces in the tank recently. They were all in the sand bed. I got rid of the ones in the sand bed, and I haven't found any more. Now, are the nudes still in there? I don't know. I haven't seen them in a couple weeks. Probably actually maybe a month and a half now. I haven't seen them, and I know they die off if there's no Aptasia to eat. So, but honestly, if worse comes to worse, and I start getting an outbreak of Aptasia again, I'm just gonna buy the nudes again because they take care of it. They really do. I know Aptasia's bad and it could hurt your tank, but the way the nudes took care of it. And honestly, they were having babies like rabbits. You know what I mean? Like they were getting it, and they were attacking every piece of Aptasia that I literally had in here. Got the turbo snails over the summer. I had a pretty bad dino outbreak. I think they're called dinos, and that's like at the beginning algae or whatever. They had this tank clean. I bought 10 Mexican turbo snails, and they literally had this tank clean within a week. Those snails do some work. They are dumb, and they are bulldozers. They can't flip themselves back over, but mine don't, knock on wood here, they don't fall over as much as I've heard of some people saying, oh, every day I'm in there flipping them over. I'm not. Mine, it's very rare. And usually I'm up here usually looking at the tank. So if they do flip over, I haven't had one die because it flipped over. You know what I mean? Usually I catch it in time. Is I guess is what I'm trying to say. I did have an urchin before the beginning of summer, but he died because of the algae reactor. It literally sucked all the algae out of the tank. I think it was sucking my nutrients out of the tank too, and shit like that. And I don't think he liked the temperature swing or the salinity swing, so he died. I do have a new urchin in there now, and he, without the algae reactor and what I know now, he's gonna be just fine. I know he is. I'm very confident in my reefing skills, even though I really don't have much, but I'm confident in what I know now to keep him alive. I do have an emerald crab in there, about 7 hermits. So, they, between the whole cleanup crew and everything's going real good. Then I got the bird's nest and the garf. February, yeah, middle of February. And my most recent piece is the rainbow acropora, which is coloring up so nicely now. I'll try to get a close-up of it before the end of the video. It is beautiful. It's like a goldish yellow, maybe a little green in there. I mean, it's really loving my tank, and I'm thrilled because my numbers are, my nitrate phosphate is high, but everything else is like damn near perfect. So I've got I'm cleaning the sand, trying to focus on the sand bed and the algae for the phosphates to help with that. There's some other thing my buddy told me to get. I don't remember the name of it, so I'm not even gonna try because I honestly don't remember the name of it. Trying to think what else. What else happened in the year? Coming. So, yeah. Sorry, dinner's ready. They were hollering me. Trying to think of what else has happened in the year. Oh, the fish. I got a cardinal. I had a firefish in here. I had a yellow diamond goby or whatever they're called. Tiny little thing. I mean, that thing had to be no bigger than that. And the dotty back was quite the dink to him. He would not leave the firefish alone. I had a purple firefish. I love that thing. And I wanted him to be out and about and loving life. But that dotty would not leave him alone. Would not. Anytime he'd come and eat, he was up in his business. And then it got to a point where the firefish, there's a little cave right here where the zoas. That's where the firefish stayed. It got to a point where he was in there with him 24/7. He wasn't like biting him or nothing like that, but he was just in there with him, stressing him out. You could tell he really wasn't eating. So, and then one day I come home and he's nowhere to be found. Literally took my tank apart, took the rocks apart, could not find him. And I've looked all over the tank. I have a cover, so it's not like he can really jump out. My theory is, because I did test pneumonia like a week after that, and it wasn't ridiculously high, but I did have some pneumonia. So me and my buddy kind of determined that he died somewhere in the tank, and I just couldn't find him. So that also could have contributed to my tank failure. Like I said, I've been through a lot with this tank in a year. Probably more. I don't know if it's more or less, honestly. I don't know, but excuse me, I've been through a lot. But now we are good. Everything is good. It's this hobby really. I love this hobby. I can't say that I can't say that too much because I freaking love this hobby. Going forward, I honestly think I'm just gonna get another Acan and a Blasto, and I think I'm done, man. I think I'm gonna let this fucking tank just grow out the way it is and go from there. You know, if I want to get, because I still have some room. If I want to get another stick, I may, but I don't know. It'd have to be something that really caught my eye, and I haven't been looking, so I don't know what's out there. Because I don't want to buy some ridiculous piece of coral, like some $300-$400 piece of coral. I just don't want to do that. I would like a rainbow chalice. I know they're expensive, but oh God, they're so beautiful. Or like a jelly bean chalice, something like that. I would love something like that. But that's not right now. You know, I still want to learn more, and I know everybody. I know people who have been in this. Well, I don't know people, but people say people have been in this hobby for 20 years and they're still learning, which is what I like. This is why one of the reasons I love this hobby, because you can always learn something. But yeah, that's basically my year in a nutshell. I'm probably missing some stuff, honestly. I have a bad memory. And like I said, I'm going to try to find some pictures, and I'll put them at the end of this. I'll edit them into the end of this, so you can have a little slideshow of the whole year. I'll put some background music, set the mood, you know. Bad joke. But yeah, let's get a little closer to the tank so you guys can see it. I think that'll do good. That'll be good. So everything is just doing really good. Still got the algae over here. You could see it covering the, well, not covering the blasto, but it's all in front of the blasto. There's some on that green acan back there. I'd like to get a pink acan. I really would. That's probably the acan I'm going to get next, is something with pink in it. Bird's nest is growing literally every fucking day. The Satosa is growing. So that is the rainbow. You guys can see it from here. See the coloring up right there? I'll try to get a picture, video of it right here. Look at the color. Look at the colors coming in, guys. Oh my God. That's just beautiful. I know the forest fire Digi's not doing so hot right now, but like I said, I fragged it, so he's pissed off at me. The Garf's doing awesome. The skin's turning green on the Possilopora. That's damn near encrusted all the way on the rock. That's loving my tank now. I don't want that in my tank, but it's there. I just don't want to kill a piece of coral just because I don't like it. I just don't like the Rainbow Monty. Luckily, I got it off the rock, so if these two battle it out, will the Rainbow Monty win? Yes, but it is what it is. The Zoas, man. Well, the chalice. Let's get the chalices first. Beautiful. Like I said, that psychedelic chalice is my longest piece, and those orange Zoas right above the fire and ice. Those two I've had since the beginning. Honestly, you probably couldn't kill them. They've been through a lot with this tank. You probably couldn't kill the fucking things now. They're so fucking hardy. The mushroom got in. My Zoa got in. My two Favias. No idea what the one on the right is called, but the other one's a Dragon Soul. Some more mushrooms. My Bounce. And my Candy Cane. So yeah, like I said, guys, I will get some videos together, some photos together, and I will put them at the end of this video. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Hit the notification bell. Oh, question of the day. Question of the day. What size tank do you guys have? I'm very interested. I know some people on here, they comment that they have tanks. I would like to know what size, and yeah, just what size. What size is you guys' tanks? So that is my question of the day. So don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, all that happy horse shit, and answer the question of the day. And thanks for watching, guys. 1 year, baby.